This is Mike with JTops, and today we're going to do an install video on our newest product, which is a sunshade for the Bronco. So Helen and I are here in San Antonio with one of our customers who has been testing our product for a while, and now we would like to show you how to install it. It's going to be very kind of step by step. This is me in a driveway. I'm sweating. It's hot. It's San Antonio, but we'll put this top on you, and you can watch all the steps that we have to go through.
Before we start any of the installation, we need to remove the soft top brackets, and it's just a simple process that'll take about a minute.
It's really fairly simple, and there's been some of the design that we've used on our Wrangler we're using here on the Bronco. So the first thing we're going to start with is we have the shade. It's in the back of the truck over there. I've taken off two pieces. We have Velcro that's going to go on to this and this section of the roll cage. This is good for up to 280 degrees in heat, and I'll tell you, it's hot today. It's actually best to put this on if you can do it in the shade. And it's good to down to minus 40 degrees. It's an acrylic Velcro, so it really needs to be put on properly, and then you need to let it sit before you put the top on. We don't have that luxury today, so we're just going to put it on, and we're going to put the rest of the top on for you. With your shade, you're going to get a couple packets of alcohol wipes. It's really important to clean the surface that you're going to put this on. The alcohol wipes and the alcohol that you use, if you've got your own, needs to be 90% or better. Any other alcohol has oils in it, rubbing alcohol, so it's not going to work for you. Okay, so I've got the backing just slightly peeled off here, and I'm just going to go ahead and hold this. It's really, really sticky acrylic. So you want to put it on. You just want to lay it on the angled side, and we're going to pull this all the way back. We can reposition it a little if we want to, and we just want to stretch it out nice and flat and smooth, and we want to rub it in. It's really important that you rub this onto the surface so that you get all the air bubbles out. It's even handy if you have the butt end of a screwdriver and you just go like this to it and make sure that it's got a good clean adhesion underneath. Anything will do that you can rub it with. I like to use the butt end of a screwdriver, but I don't have one with me right now. So we do that to this side, okay? We do it to the other side. Now we have the same thing back here. This is a little shorter piece. And this is where the bracket goes for the soft top. So this piece is going to go on back here like this. And once we have all the pieces on, we'll be good to go to start to put the actual top on. So this piece is going to go right here. I'm going to go around to the other side, and I'm going to apply it over there. Again, make sure that it's a clean surface you put it on. Stretch it out, lay it right on this angle. It's really important the way we did the Velcro on here. The Velcro could have sat on the top edge like this, but Velcro is easier to pull. The force to pull this up is much easier than if we have the Velcro on its side, so that when you'll see when the shade goes on, when these two come together, it's very difficult to pull Velcro off this way rather than pulling it up. So this gives it a lot more tension, and it'll be able to stretch our top. So I'm going to go get the top out, and I'll be right back in a minute, and we'll start on the very front edge, and we'll roll it back. And we're going to put the shade on the Bronco. So first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and unroll it. I was going to roll it the other way. Let's just go ahead and unroll it. Here is the place to start. On the shade, there are these two hooks. They are vinyl coated hooks, and they're going to go right into this front. This is where the hardtop would attach, and just basically clip those two, and now we've got the shade just laying here. Now we can take this side, and over here in this corner there is a hook that we will hook into. You'll see it lines right up. There's a hole right here that it'll slip right into. And then we're going to go down the side. No Velcro, no attaching anything yet, just unrolling it. And again, I like to fumble around because you're probably going to fumble around with me when you go to do this. The magnets down the side are going to sit up top here. So you can see these magnets. Right here is a magnet, right here is a magnet. And they're going to sit up on top, and this is all going to line up when I go to fold this piece down and we get to the Velcro portion. Now I'm going to come over here and we'll just keep going. Let the magnet stick. Get this piece to the back. Let the magnet stick. Come back to here. Pull the shade to the back. And I've got it caught up. There we go. Now I'm going to come over to the other side. I'll be right back. Let me get this side lined up. Jump up. Chris has got some pretty honking tires on this thing. It's a bit to step up. Now we got the hook over here. We're going to hook it into this little hole, mounting hole, and you see the front edge just lines right up. We have the nylon strip, which is actually bowed so that it matches up to the front windshield. And here goes with the magnets. This is where the bracket is going to go. You'll see the brackets right here. There's another magnet. This is the tail end. It's going to come down and it's going to wrap nicely over the back of the speaker bar. This is the center. This is one of our key features. You see this right here. There's a bar in here. It's an aluminum rod sewed in between this. And these are the back straps that are going to give us a whole lot of tension to pull this and stretch it out so that it's nice and tight. So let me go ahead and adjust a few of these things, and then I'll come back and I'll work on this area. So I'll be back in just a second. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the back section. We have the shade laid on top. The magnets are lined up on top of the rail. And now we're going to use this back bar, which we used on almost all of our designs, to give us a tremendous amount of tension to the back. One thing I should explain is we use this two-stage buckle. It's got a locking lat, and this piece pinches right in here so that they're quick release, and then the compression buckle to hold it tight in space. And then back in here is a tri-glide that you tuck the strap into once you get it down. So I've got this side on, and I'm just going to pull it, get it kind of snug. I'll take this one and pull it and get it kind of snug. Got to open the latch and get it kind of snug. And what this is starting to do, and you'll see more in just a little bit, it is putting a huge amount of pressure pulling back to stretch the mesh. And because we have it in this metal rod that's in the back here, these 2 points are creating equal tension to pull the shade nice and flat and smooth to the back. So now I've got these in ready to really tighten down. There's a cutout here so that we don't interfere with the GPS system. These flaps are designed to go over the speaker. So the next thing we're going to do, we've got this snug. We're going to snug this right down here, and you can hear it as we pull it, so that we get it right over the edge of the speaker bar. And then we also, it's just a buckle. We just take this here and we buckle it right here. There's another buckle right here that comes across the center. I'm going to come back to this side, pull and stretch really hard to the back. All of the tops that we make have this back bar in it. That back bar is what ensures a really tight fit. It's actually patented, the way we do this and the way we do the front edge. So we've got this stretched back pretty good. We're going to go tighten this buckle. We're going to lay the Velcro in here, and then we can put our latches back on. But that's pretty much the basic getting it on. Now I'm going to come inside here and I'm going to pull really hard on these straps. They're not going to come loose. And you can see as you pull, it just keeps pulling the top to the back, stretch it out smooth. That's it for this part. We're going to go down and do the sides, and we're done. So I'll pick up back up here just in a minute, and we'll be up at the front edge. Okay, now I'm back to put the whole front edge here, this webbing piece, and wrap it over the roll cage, and it'll stick to the Velcro. And I'll put a little cutaway in here, so I want you to look at the way the hook and the elastic are underneath this front edge of Velcro. It's just going to give it a little extra support. So all I want to do now is just, I've got the other side latched, and I'm just going to pull and lay it. I'm just going to take it and pull it and stretch it. And what this does is, this is tight as a drum, if you can see this on the top. This is going to pull, and it's going to lay right on this. It's going to lay right on this edge. There's a magnet up in this front corner. Okay, so when you go to pull this back to put your soft top on, and then go put it back down, you'll see the magnet just sticks right to the surface. These magnets that we use, these are commercial grade N48 neodymium magnets. These are not toys. These things will have a pulling force of 12 pounds each, which means it takes 12 pounds to pull them straight up off of a surface. So what we're doing is the Velcro is keeping them aligned. They're keeping the top nicely attached to the top of the roll cage, and I'm just pulling this over to create a nice smooth edge and a good bond to go all the way across. Now, if you've tightened it too tight on that side, you can tighten it a little. See, I've got it a little too tight on this side. For time's sake, I'm not going to go over and readjust everything, but you just pull this and lay it on. Pull it and lay it down on here, and you'll get a really smooth adhesion to the Velcro. But look at how tight this has become. This is not going to flap in the wind. It's not going to move in the wind. And I don't even have the back buckles tightened up yet. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to pull these even tighter. This gives it, again, more stretch and more pull. And then I use the tri-glide, and I tuck the strap into the tri-glide in here. So there's a tri-glide right here that we just pull forward. We take the edge of the strap, and then you just tuck it right in here into the tri-glide, so that the tri-glide is holding this up and out of the way. You slide the tri-glide up, rotate it slightly, and it's going to hold that buckle straight up here, up against the top of the top. I'm going to tighten this side buckle. We put neoprene underneath so that we don't hurt in any way the paint. You see how that lays right on the neoprene right there? We just pull it, tighten it, and we snap the buckle, and then we'll come back and put those in the tri-glide. So there's tri-glides on all of these. And then here's the last one here that goes around the back of the shade. Make sure that I have it in here. It goes around the sound bar back here, and it's going to pull it. Again, it's going to pull it right in to the spot that it needs to go. We are going to, your model that you get, this strap will have been changed to come down here a little bit further so that we get a really nice smooth arc as we come back. But that's it. Now, Helen, if you just keep going and come down in here and take a shot inside. Helen's our photographer today. You can see, listen to how tight this shade is. Look at how smooth the surface is. When you put your soft top up, this is going to act like a headliner, and it's going to give you a really clean, smooth look on the inside. There's the couple latches that are in the front. When you go to put your soft top back on, let's pull out a little bit. All you're going to do is take this front lip, see it? Lift it up or and close it. So you're going to lift it up, you're going to pull it back, and right in here is the mechanism and the flange to put your soft top. So the pin will go right down in there, and you put your soft top right back up. You take your soft top off, you just flip it forward. The magnet right here will adhere to this front corner, and it'll pull it down into place, and that nylon strip will tuck up against the front. You won't have any gaps for the sun. Now all I have to do is put the brackets back on, and that's a pretty simple process. We're just going to take the bracket. Here's the little strap that we want it to be under. So now we just lay the bracket back into place. Take my screws. They're in my pocket. And we put the screws into the bracket, and now we just go and we tighten it on around. Back on. All you got to do now is just fold your back of your soft top back forward, latch it on, and you're good to go. If you have any questions, or if you need some help, if you've got any other further install questions, let us know. We'll take a couple of pics that you can look at various things with, but there it is. And I'm really impressed with how tight this thing lays. And this adhesion side, the way that it lays here, right up on the edge of the roll cage is great. So it's a bit of a challenge to come up with, but something we're proud of what we did. And it took us a while to do it, and we feel we've got it right. We've tested it enough. We know how it's going to perform. We know how it's going to run on the highway. And we thank you for watching.